think I want to get one of each.
We can do that.
Lara Jean and Peter Kavinsky's romance is epic. But so are Ross Butler's impromptu dance moves. Did you know that Lana and Noah ad-libbed some of the final film's most vulnerable lines? And most of Trevor and Chris's flirting was unscripted. Here are all the improvised moments from Netflix's most romantic trilogy.
Okay, wait, 1, 2, 3.
When the characters were having a blast at the prom, the cast was having a pretty good time too. So good, in fact, that most of their dance moves were completely unscripted. Madeleine Arthur revealed that Chris and Trevor's tango was choreographed by Jordan Fisher, who was on set the day of filming, but her and Ross Butler decided to make the routine even more elaborate. As for Trevor's breakdancing, that was all Ross.
Big painting in a big museum.
I like a Botticelli.
Trevor and Chris's witty banter throughout the series is also a product of Madeleine and Ross's talent for improv and their incredible chemistry. When Trevor picks up Chris for the prom, the playful flirtation between the two lovebirds was entirely made up on the spot.
Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to meet me back here in the lobby at 2100 hours.
The best moments for the cast are when they get to have fun all together. So filming the montage for the New York City trip was one of the most freeing and exciting things they got to do. And it was the perfect opportunity to say goodbye to the series in their own way. The cast got to run around the city eating ice cream, taking selfies, and basically just being kids, while the cameras followed them around and caught all their funniest antics. They had free rein to go off script and just act like teenagers.
Samida.
You're welcome.
Oh, you speak English.
The scenes of the Covey sisters in South Korea also had their fair share of unscripted moments where the cast got to do some sisterly bonding. Those karaoke dance moves were the creation of the actresses. They got to hang their very own lock near their characters. And that unique cafe they shot at was a last-minute scout decision by the book's author, Jenny Han. It's called Greem Cafe, and it really is in Seoul.
You just tripped it out. Why would you try? I was scared.
While visiting Little Cupcake Bake Shop during their trip to New York City, Lara Jean finally tells Peter that she didn't really get into Stanford. What occurs at the end of their conversation is an incredibly intimate moment between the couple that was totally improvised. It came about just as they were ending the scene. So the moment is partially Noah and Lana's own insecurities about getting the moment just right, as well as the honesty that resulted from how strongly they were feeling their characters' emotions. It's the perfect way to end their heart-to-heart, and it wasn't the only spontaneous addition to the scene. Lana Condor revealed on Twitter that when Peter tells Lara Jean she should have gotten in because she's smarter than him, her response was a total slip-up that she didn't mean to say out loud.
You smile in your sleep.
An improvised decision that made it all the way from the first movie into the third is Lara Jean's Lockscreen. If you wondered why it looks like someone else snapped the picture of the couple, it's because the photo's an actual candid picture of Noah and Lana that was taken by one of the crew members while the actors were relaxing behind the scenes. While filming the first movie, they decided they just had to include the adorable shots of the actors in the film, and it looks like it was romantic enough to be featured in all 3 movies.
Genius then. Genius now.
Another example of Trevor and Chris's epic flirting comes from the second movie, when Madeleine and Ross had an ingenious idea to include real whipped cream in a scene. The script said that the two should just be flirting by the stairs, while Peter and Lara Jean are having a conversation. But the actors decided to upgrade the moment by asking the props department and catering team if there was any whipped cream they could use. They found some and spent the entire scene having some sticky fun while Lana and Noah were busy with their lines. In a shot-by-shot video for Netflix, Noah and Lana came clean about that carnival scene.
They just said, run around, do whatever you want.
The pair was in charge as they explored the carnival grounds for about 20 minutes while the cameras followed them around, catching them doing everything from taking selfies to eating cotton candy. There were a few extras on the set to make the scene look more crowded, but Lana and Noah were the only people riding the rides and enjoying the amusements. It was also unbearably hot while filming, and it was all shot on a rainy day, though you wouldn't have been able to tell from all the carefree fun Lara Jean and Peter are having. Fun fact, this scene was actually filmed while on set for the third movie, even though it was part of the second film. One particular bit of improv is Madeleine Arthur's favorite. When Chris approaches the crew to dig up the time capsule, she's carrying a shovel. Trevor questioning what she's up to and her response were completely improvised.
I just buried a dead body.
Both Ross and Madeleine agree that it was exactly the kind of witty answer you'd expect from Chris.
I'm glad I decided to dress up.
Me too. It's my dad's.
We can't help but swoon over a guy with some musical talent. But it's not just John Ambrose who's good at the piano. Jordan Fisher is incredible off-screen, too. And that romantic moment when he plays a melody for Lara Jean in Bellevue was improvised. Jordan came up with his own melody while talking to Lara Jean, and it ended up in the final cut. It was a challenging scene, though, with Jordan admitting that playing a good melody and remembering his lines at the same time isn't exactly a piece of cake. Jordan also said on Twitter he might release an official version of the song one day, and we'll be impatiently waiting to see if it'll happen.
I'm sorry, isn't this character Long Dong Duck?
During movie night with Lara Jean and Kitty, Peter moving the popcorn over before a pillow fight starts was Noah's idea. The scene didn't play out the same way every time they filmed it. Sometimes the popcorn wasn't in the way at all. But the take where Peter moves the bowl ended up being too perfect to choose anything else. It's incredibly smooth, shows off Peter's responsible side, and highlights his adorable bond with Kitty.
Hey, I'm tired. Can I use you as a pillow?
Director Susan Johnson is constantly singing Noah Centineo's praises, especially when it comes to his completely romantic improvisations. The scene where Peter spins Lara Jean around in the lunchroom has become known as the pocket spin, and it was Noah's idea. Johnson recalls that he did it in rehearsal, and she loved it so much that they changed the entire scene around to include it.
Okay, but you kissed me first.
This is non-negotiable.
Noah Centineo is naturally flirty, and his expressions add a certain flair to every romantic gesture. In the hot tub scene, splashing water around to punctuate how Peter was feeling was a spontaneous gesture from Noah. At first, his hot tub vibe is more flirtatious, and then when he splashes the water, you can see some of his frustration. His ability to get all of this across with just a movement or a look is a big part of why Noah was cast as Peter in the first place. Speaking of getting things across with just a look, Lana Condor's Judgy-face is one of Lara Jean's defining aspects, and it was something Noah pointed out during their very first chemistry read.
What? What did you do this thing? You had this whole Judgy-face scenario going on.
When Peter comments on it in the first movie, it was actually an improvised line directly inspired by Noah poking fun at Lana's expressions during their audition. The scene where Lara Jean and Chris arrive at the ski lodge is an unscripted moment between best friends. Their discussion of Chris attending an EDM concert was never written in their script.
I saw on her Snapchat she was up all night at this EDM concert thing.
And Madeleine recalls that the line was completely ad-libbed. It was easy to come up with conversations Lara Jean and Chris might have since Madeleine and Lana get along so well in real life. We'll leave you with a fun bonus moment inspired by the movie's cast. In Lara Jean's list of Peter's favorite movies, you can spot X-Men Apocalypse, which was Lana Condor's film debut. There's also Charlie's Angels, which starred Noah Centineo, Shazam, which starred Ross Butler, and Dr. Sleep, which featured Peter's father Henry Thomas. What a great way to pay homage to an incredible group of actors.